anointing out there, there's nothing wrong with the anointing. So it's just nice to have this treasure, but the treasure is in an earthen vessel. Now the earthen vessel grow old, is temporary, but the treasure must actually grow stronger. God don't reveal to you everything, and you also hide your own problems, your earthen vessel. You put a veil over it, you have many things to hide your earthen vessel. And but the people with eyes know exactly. So you know what Jesus do. He talked to the woman. He said, go and get me your husband. Hey, you are a bad woman. You have already 5 husbands and you live now, you're not even married. You don't talk like that. He said, bring your husband. Then she hid herself. She said, I have not a husband. Now she talked the truth, but she don't talk clearly. Then Jesus said, yes, you have had 5 husbands. The one you have is not your husband. Could you understand? So Jesus knows you have talked the truth. You have not a husband. He said, then she's open. She's revealed. So you have to look at the treasure and the earthen vessel. If the treasure is well, don't look too much to the earthen vessel, because you know tomorrow that treasure starts shining again. So you look at Benny and you say, why he get old? But if you see him under his anointing, there's nothing like that. Could you understand? So then you see he is not old. Even the most strongest and handsome guy cannot compare to that. Even he is old. Now he have to learn just to be in the place where his treasure is. Now when he teach in Los Angeles, is never good. We have now years and years of experience. If he present from Los Angeles, is never good. Although he teach, but the teaching is not as good as when he go out in the crusade. His teaching is not his real treasure. His real treasure is when the presence of God come. So when you look on the YouTube, this is what you see the most. You don't see many teachings. Now and then he give a good teaching. But just now and then is not his biggest treasure. You understand? So what you have to show the people is your treasure. Your treasure are perfect. You cannot, even you are 100 years old, when your treasure open, you are like a young person, too beautiful to see. But the moment your treasure is not there, you say, wow, the guy is 100 years old. So I look at Mara Sarella now, he started getting old. So his skin starts showing he's old. But when his anointing is there, he has a certain anointing. I don't see his face anymore. Could you just understand? So he still know how to pray so that the anointing come on him. So don't think these people, even they get older, they know how to pray so that their treasure come forward. So don't look, it's like the guy say, I look at Paul, sometimes you look like a normal man, sometimes you look like an angel. Now he look also like a normal man. This is therefore Paul says it's a treasure in an earthen vessel. A vessel means it's a container. Your body is like earth. It's built from earth. And so the earthen thing will go away, but the treasure. Now the one thing which sometimes never work, is that people's treasure don't grow. Some grow, but they don't grow. So your treasure must grow. So even you are old, your treasure still have to grow. Although it naturally grow, but you have all the time, if your treasure have to grow, there's a bigger demand on your treasure, that treasure grow. But what you have to do, you have also to gain extra treasures. You have your treasure, but you have to get extra treasures also. Now you can only get extra treasures by revelation. So or by preaching somebody reveals something else, or God reveals something new to you, a new treasure. Then you have to go into that treasure. So just listen to something very basic I want to say. I just want to say two things very fast. You have living water, this is your treasure, but you have to ask God to open more treasures for you. Now, through the revelation, I have teach you, I have say, on the living water, there's still 3 extra treasures. Now, because that well is open, you can easily gain the treasures that is associated with that well. Now, in my life, I have it for 30 years, but I've never opened other treasures. Now, each time it is a treasure. If I stand in that, I'm good in the Word, there is some freshness. So don't think the treasure is always a treasure. It's an eternal treasure you have that have opened. But you have to ask that more treasures must open. Other treasures are just as big as this treasure. So I have told you, and listen, I have told it already for you, but you have to open your heart that you can believe. The problem why we don't know things, we don't believe. Now I can listen to somebody and then he tells something, but even his treasure are very small, but he have say something which I pick up. Now all the scriptures he talk about I know by heart, but the revelation of that I have not seen. Now the person start talking, and for the first time I see the revelation. Now when I see the revelation, I can reveal it much better than he that have stand in it. He have stand in it, and therefore you have revelation. You have experienced it. But because I know the scriptures very well, I can more clearly say what's the root cause and what is the things around that. And then it's like a whole world open, which I say I have heard it, people have talked about it, but I have rejected secretly in my heart. It's like the Protestant, you talk about the Spirit and secretly they reject it. Some openly, but most secretly will reject the things of the tongues, all this. Till one day when you can just give a right argument, something click with them. You see, as I talked yesterday to you, just give them good arguments. Say, wow, you see, they sing more noisy, but listen to their song, they are more still. You see then you tell, they only talk about the bad points, but if you start talking about the good points also, then something will open. Don't just concentrate on the bad. Say, but what is their good points? You see, their churches expand more, they must have something. You see, you give them a couple of the good sides of the Pentecostal, practical things. Because people only believe what they see. And this let him think. Don't defend their earthen vessel. No, sometimes they get too noisy in themselves. It's not the Spirit. Although it's a mixture, they are unclean. So there's something good and something bad in. So, but there's also something good, and you have to put that, promote that. Then the guy's eyes will open maybe. So, so by revelation you can actually gain more treasures. Now a treasure is a treasure.